And going ahead with the series of problems which we have started, now we will have a look at another academic type of problem which normally appear in the exams. The problem goes this way. A simply supported beam 250 mm wide by effective depth 450 mm. It is reinforced with 4 number of bars of 12 mm diameter. 25 M25 grade concrete is given and Fe415 steel is given. We have to determine whether the section is under reinforced, over reinforced or balanced and calculate the depth of neutral axis, lever arm, moment of resistance, and we have been asked to check for minimum reinforcement as per the Indian Standard Code. Now over here we need to ascertain whether the beam would be failing in tension controlled or compression controlled by means of whether the beam is under reinforced, over reinforced or balanced. At the same time, the other parameters are required to be calculated, such as the depth of the neutral axis, the lever arm, the moment of resistance, and we have been also asked what is the check for minimum reinforcement, whether that gets satisfied with the provision of 4 bars of 12 in this beam. Now the solution. In the solution, first we compile all the data, what data has been given. The width 250 mm, depth 450 mm, area of steel has been given as 4 bars of 12, grade of concrete M25, grade of steel Fe415. We have been asked to find out over under reinforced, balance or over reinforced, which type. We have been find out what is the depth of the actual neutral axis, XU is how much. We have been asked to find out what is the lever arm, that is Z, and what is the moment of resistance of the beam because of all this, and finally whether it is satisfying the codal provision of minimum AST, that is AS. As per the code it is AS. Now in the calculations, as normally we do, first step is calculate the value of XU by D, that is the depth of the neutral axis, the actual depth of the neutral axis to the effective depth. The clause is G1.1a, page 96, as we have seen earlier. So we get XU by D equal to 0.87 FYAST upon 0.36 FCK BD. So XU by D 0.87 comes down as it is. Fy is 415. Steel we have been given indirectly as 4 bars of 12. So 4 bars of 12, 4 into area of a circle, 4 into pi d square by 4, pi by 4 into 12 square gives me 4 into 113 mm square, or area of steel is 452 mm square. That comes over here. So we get 0.36 coming down as it is. FCK is 25, B the width of the beam is 250 and the effective depth is 450. Solving this, we get XU by D as 0.16. We have finished with step 1. We proceed to step 2. In step 2, check the values of XU max by D from IS 456. Now this clause is clause 38.1, page number 70. Now the limiting depth of neutral axis has been given over here. The limiting depth of neutral axis upon the effective depth has been given over here, and that has a relation only with the yield stress. There is a yield stress of steel. Now yield stress of steel, the steel which has been given to us is Fe415. So for Fe415 the value is 0.48. Please note that the actual depth of the neutral axis is 0.16. The maximum one or the limiting one is 0.48. Now the next step is compare the values of XU by D and XU max by D, the actual depth of neutral axis to the effective depth, and the limiting or maximum depth of neutral axis to the effective depth. Actual one is 0.16. We find that it is less than the maximum, which is 0.48. Obviously, we infer from here in step number 4, since XU by D actual is less than the maximum, the beam is under reinforced. In this case, the beam is under reinforced. Now the next thing what has been asked to us to find out is to find the depth of the neutral axis. We have found this. Now we are finding depth of the neutral axis. We know that XU by D is 0.16. Please note the actual depth of the neutral axis, the ratio actual depth to the effective depth is 0.16. Therefore, XU will be equal to this D will be cross multiplied to 0.16 That is what happens over here in the next step. So XU is 0.16 multiplied by the effective depth. So XU is equal to, the answer of this comes to 72 mm. It is very simple to find the actual depth. The depth of the actual neutral axis is XU by D equal to whatever value. D is already known to us. Cross multiplying, we get the value. Now there is a question, could we not find the value of XU by substituting the value of D in the previous equation, that is G1.1a, where XU by D is on the left hand side and on the right hand side we have the other terms from where we get XU by D. Please don't do that. That is not the right method of getting the value of XU. Let me explain to you why. In the case of underinforced and balanced, we can use it. We can use this equation to get the value of the depth of actual neutral axis. But if the beam is overinforced, then the value obtained from here would be less. That's why we should not be using that equation G1.1a to find the value of XU. Now the simple reason for this, when it is overinforced, the stress in steel will not be 0.87 Fy. It will not be 0.87 Fy, but it will be less than 0.87 Fy. Whereas in that equation, the equation which has been used previously over here, the stress is taken as 0.87 Fy. So if we take 0.87 Fy, in case of a overinforced section, the answer obtained over here would not be correct. So that's why we should never use this to find the value of XU. Use this to find the value of XU by D, because after that we compare over here, then only we know what type of section it is, whether it is underinforced, balanced or overinforced. Having known this, being sure that it is not overinforced, then only use this value, multiply or cross multiply that D with the value and get the value of XU. Please note this fact, the value of XU has to be obtained after the step 4. Now coming to the next point, what has been asked to us, we have been asked to find the value of the lever arm. Now lever arm, if you remember when we were doing the derivation, lever arm is the distance by which, when multiplied to the force, the compressive force or the tensile force, we get the internal resisting moment. The internal moment which we have put equal to the external moment, that moment, the lever arm, the distance between the two forces, the compressive force and the tensile force, is the lever arm, and that we have got as D minus 0.416 XU. Some people use it as 0.42 XU. There is absolutely no problem. So lever arm is equal to D minus 0.416 XU. So therefore lever arm is, for D I am writing 450 minus 0.416. XU value we have already got over here as 72. So therefore lever arm is 450 minus this value comes to 29.95, or the lever arm comes to equal to 420.05 mm. So the lever arm, the distance between the two forces, one compressive force and the tensile force, has come in this problem equal to 420.05. Now coming to the next part which has been asked over here, the moment of resistance of the beam. Now since the beam is underinforced, that is XU by D is less than XU max by D, we use IS 456-2000 clause G 1.1b, that is on page 96, to get the value of mu, wherein it is said, if the value of XU by D is less than the limiting value, if the value of XU by D is less than the maximum value, calculate the moment of resistance by using this formula. So now this formula is there. This is when the failure would be ductile or it would be occurring from the tension steel side. So mu equal to 0.87, Fy is given as 415, AST we have already calculated as 452, D we already know is 450 into bracket 1 minus AST is 452, Fy is 415, B is 250, D 450, and the grade of concrete is 25, M25. Solving this, we get the ultimate moment of resistance, the ultimate moment which the beam can take, the maximum ultimate moment which the beam can take is 68.53 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm. Now this moment of resistance, now from the ultimate we get by dividing 1.5, which is the load factor. This 1.5 is the load factor, so 68.53 into 10 raised to 6 divided by load factor gives me the moment of resistance. So the moment of resistance is equal to 45.69 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm. 45.69 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm. I would prefer converting this big number into kilonewton meter. So 45.69 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm. I put it this way, 45.69 into 10 raised to 6 from Newton to kilonewton divided by 1000, from millimeter to meter divided by another 1000. So finally 45.69 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm becomes equal to 45.69 kilonewton meter. So moment of resistance of this beam with these parameters has or is equal to 45.69 kilonewton meter. Now there is another thing which has been asked is to find the minimum amount of tension reinforcement in the beam as per the IS code. Now let us have a look at that. Now that has been given on page number 46, that is clause 26.5.1 in beams. 26.5.1.1 tension reinforcement is said to be like this. Minimum reinforcement, the minimum area of tension reinforcement shall not be less than what has been given over here. AS upon BD equal to 0.85 upon Fy. AS upon BD 0.85 upon Fy. Now let us have a look at that. To find the minimum amount of tension reinforcement, as has been said over here, AS upon BD equal to 0.85 upon Fy. So AS BD 0.85 Fy. AS, we need to find out what is the minimum steel, is equal to these term gets cross multiplied, it goes and gets multiplied to the numerator over here. So 0.85 into BD upon Fy. AS is equal to 0.85, B is known to be 250, D has been given to us as 450, Fy is known as 415. Solving this, we get the value of AS as 230.42 mm square. So this is the minimum amount of steel which has to be provided in the beam as per IS 456, minimum amount of steel. Now how much is provided? AST provided, we have calculated, is 452 mm square. It is much greater than the minimum 230.42 mm square. Now we know that this is satisfactory. So we can easily comment and say that this is satisfactory. So the final answer, the beam is under reinforced. The depth of the neutral axis is 72 mm. Lever arm is 420.05 mm. The moment of resistance is 45.69 kilonewton meter. The check for minimum reinforcement as per IS code is 230.42 mm square, and in this case we find that it is satisfactory. So this is the way we solve the problem, finding the different parameters, and finally we give the answer.